to our latest live chat, first one in a while.
Yeah, this is the first one in a while. I'm thinking it was earlier this year, the last time we did a live. Does anybody remember when that was? I should have looked on the channel before I got on here, but we are in Istanbul, Turkey, and we are staying on the European side. So Istanbul is the only city in the world that's split between two continents. It's in Europe and Asia. And so we're staying on the European side and checking everything out. We're actually on a layover, a long layover.
Yeah.
We were flying from Bali to Rome, and there was a layover here in Istanbul. So we thought, why not explore a little bit? And we made our layover a little bit longer. So we're actually staying here for a couple of weeks and checking it all out before we head on to Rome for the rest of our trip, where we're actually going to, we decided we didn't want to fly all the way home because jet lag is really hard.
Yeah. We are
which we are actually struggling with it right now.
We are jet lagged a little bit right now. It is, to our bodies, it is like 2 a.m. right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if we seem a little tired, that is probably why. But when you get settled in here, go ahead and say hello and start asking any questions you have.
Mm-hmm.
They can be Amtrak or any train-related questions you might have, anything that you've been wondering or wanting to ask or we didn't get to answer in the comments on YouTube. You can go ahead and ask it right in here. So we'll be happy to answer that for you. Hello, Stephanie. Glad to hear you just got off the Coast-Star Light.
We love the Coast-Star Light.
We're actually gonna be on the Coast-Star Light, and that is one thing that's gonna be pretty cool. When we get back, we wanted to let you know. Probably one of the biggest questions we get is, when are we gonna go to Canada and do the Canadian? And we are doing that in December. So, and then from there we're gonna do the Coast-Star Light. So
yes.
That is
yay! We're excited.
We're excited about that. Let me see some of the questions in here and just welcome everybody. Got a question from Dexter. Does reward status change when points are redeemed? When does reward status expire? So I'm not quite sure what you mean by redeemed. If
they remove them.
When you redeem your points, no, you keep those points. So you keep your status.
Yes.
And you won't lose that at all. And then you do need to keep it up every year. But if you turn points in, you still get your points as far as status goes. So not any problem there. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, everybody's coming in. Awesome.
Yeah, we can't wait to go to Canada either. It's going to be very cold, I think. And so...
Yeah. We've been in warm weather for 5.5 months now. So we have no jackets with us. So we've been checking out some shops here at Istanbul, hoping they have some jackets and we can gather some lightweight stuff, but still warm. I don't know if that's possible. We might just freeze our tushies off though in Canada.
Jesse is asking if it's a good time to get reward points for signing up for a credit card. It is if they have the Amtrak card back. Now, we signed up for the Amtrak credit card, actually 2 of them, in 2021, and then they took it away. And what happened was they were changing banks. So we know the bank change has been made because they canceled our credit cards and they sent us brand new ones from a different bank like just 2 weeks ago. So I would anticipate that the Amtrak credit card will be coming back very soon, if it's not already back. And that is a pretty good bonus. I think when we did it one time, we got 25,000, and the other time we got 50,000 points. Just for reference, if you're looking to see what kind of a deal it is.
Yeah, and it was worth. I mean, that's worth almost a free trip and a sleeper if you're looking to do something like that. That would be good. We'll get all the details about the bank and if they are going to start offering and what kind of deals they're going to have for the Amtrak card. So make sure you keep an eye on our social media on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll share that with you guys as well.
Yeah. Someone's asking, was it a random bank? No, I've heard of the bank, but we'd never banked there. It was like, what was it? FS?
The new FNBO, I want to say.
FN something, yeah.
I think it's FNBO, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they don't have that bank where we are. But, we are in Istanbul. So we wanted to also fill everybody in. It was in the title that we are going to start. We get asked a lot if we ever have people travel with us, and we are going to start doing that. So that is pretty exciting. And there's 3 trips that are planned for 2023. 2 of them are going to be like a girls trip. And I'll let Allie tell you about those real briefly.
Okay, well, it's 2 separate weeks in Bali with me showing you around some of the really cool places there. So that's going to be pretty exciting to do that with a group of girls. Got a really awesome house. You guys probably saw the pictures of from the house that I'm renting for the girls trip, and just really excited to head to Bali and show some girls around to the awesome place that I love.
So that's 2 of the trips. Unfortunately, those filled up like the day we put that out there. And so there's like a wait list for that, but it's already pretty long. But there's another trip, which is a train trip through Italy. And that one has not filled up because we didn't make the mistake of putting it on our personal Facebook first. So we wanted to put it on here first for more train people. And we're going to Italy March 5th, 16th through the 25th. So if you want to ride the trains through Italy, Venice, Rome, Florence with us, you can find out about that trip. There are spots for 8 people to go, and that is on groundedlifetravel.com/trips. You can find out all about that. So if you're interested. I did just see someone say that the credit card is back, 30,000.
Oh, good.
30,000.
Oh, 30,000. That's good. Ooh, that's good.
And it was FNBO, they said. So, if you're into FNBO, that is the card for you. But it is good. It's a good offer. Yeah, like I said, we got 25,000 and 50, but the 50 was for the 50th anniversary.
Oh,
they probably aren't doing that again.
Yes. Okay.
But you can definitely get a free roomette just for getting the credit card. So
that's real nice.
Let's see. We got some questions coming in here.
All right. What do we have?
Yeah, more questions about the credit card. Did you get your FNBO? We did. Why don't you post the dates of your trips? We have the dates of the trips we're doing with people on the website right now. Can't wait for you to go to Canada. We are excited about that too. Do you have any suggestions for riding Amtrak to Miami and then cruising? Yeah, we've done that.
We've done that.
And we are going to do that again in February. So the best thing to do is, depends on where you're coming from, but you really need to take the Silver Star or the Silver Meteor to Miami. And then there aren't really any hotels right there at the Miami Amtrak station. You have to get a cab or an Uber. So just know that. And then you'll have to probably stay the night somewhere because you don't want to take Amtrak and depend on them being on time to get on your cruise. You have to get in the night before.
Yeah, and actually a lot of the hotels near the port do offer free shuttle, or for a small fee, they will actually just shuttle you over, because you'll find that a lot of people that are going on the cruise are also, a lot of people in the hotel will also be going on the cruise. So
yeah, and that brings me to another point about cruising. If you like cruising and you want to see our cruise material, we put that on a different channel, Grounded Life Cruises, because we don't clog it up with the train. The train stuff is all on Grounded Life Travel. Cruise stuff is on Grounded Life Cruises. So if you want to see the cruise stuff, check out that channel too. Thinking about going to Lexington, California. Lexington, I think, can't be California. On the Cardinal, must be Kentucky. Will views be better going east or west? I think on the Cardinal, they're both good both ways. So it wouldn't really matter too much. Let's see.
So if you're looking for those trips, you'll head over to our website, groundedlifetravel.com, and if you can't find the trips, just look at the tab on the top. If you're on your computer, on the top it'll say trips, just tap that, and if you're looking on your phone, it should be on the side, I think.
Karen's saying watched a lot of videos went on the Coast Light Zephyr and the Southwest Chief in 2 weeks.
Hey.
That is going to be a great trip.
That's going to be really fun.
Stephanie, the food was amazing on the Coast Light. I'd like to know if you had the new menu because we haven't had it yet. And it's a slightly new menu. We've heard
there's a few changes.
Yeah, they actually sent us the menu.
Yes.
But we haven't gotten to eat it yet, so we're excited to do that.
We're planning ahead of time what we're gonna get at each meal for our train rides when we get back to the U.S.
Okay, let's see. Tips and strategies for planning ballpark related trips. Ooh, that is right up my alley.
Oh, you're talking to the right guy.
Struggling to plan these, yeah. Sue, if you tell me what cities you're going to. Well, you're going to the Coast Starlight, the Zephyr, and the Southwest Chief. That's Thanksgiving week, though. So which ballparks do you want to go to? I can definitely answer that. Roger wants to know, what's Istanbul like?
Istanbul is actually really cool. It's a really interesting city. It's super lively. I'm amazed at how lively it is. People seem really, really nice. Even from the very beginning, I mean, even our passport control experience, I've never had a passport control in over 40 countries, and this is the first time I've had a passport control officer actually joke around with me. So that was really cool. And even on from there, our driver was amazing. The hotel staff here has been amazing. All the vendors we've met so far out in the streets are amazing. And the people just seem really nice. So we like it. We're going to explore some. We've only been here for a few days and still trying to fight a little bit of this jet lag, but I think tomorrow we're really going to dig in and see some of the city and the bazaars and the mosques and all that kind of cool stuff. So make sure you guys are keeping track of that in the stories on Facebook and Instagram.
Norma is asking how to get to Denver, and that's going to be on the California Zephyr, which is the best train. So yeah, definitely. But if you're going to ride the California Zephyr to Denver, you want to go past Denver to the west because that is the prettiest section of train route in the whole United States. Let's see. Sue is saying, following the Diamondbacks, looking for Pittsburgh, Philly, Chicago, anything along the Texas Eagle where we board. So, yeah, Chicago.
Oh, so they get on in Arizona.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so going all the way, yeah. Okay, so Chicago is pretty easy for ballparks because you can ride, most of the cities you can ride the metro. Just get off in Chicago at the Amtrak station. You can ride the metro right there. Pittsburgh, I think you can basically walk from Pittsburgh to the ballparks. I did, at least. It wasn't that far. The Texas stations are a little bit harder. You'll need to get an Uber to go to the ballparks there for sure. And Philly, I think it's the same. You need to get an Uber to get there. But the one that you should go to if you're going to be doing Texas Eagle is St. Louis Cardinals. We went to that one
yes.
last year.
Goodness, yes.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful park. That whole area is amazing. The view, everything about it really is really cool. So.
Riding the
Mo is in the house. Mo, we haven't talked to you in forever. We miss you. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Maurice.
Gotta stop and say hi to him.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
If you don't know Maurice, he is one of Amtrak's finest employees working in the Northeast Corridor. I don't know if you're still on the Northeast Regional or maybe the Acela, but last time we talked, I think Maurice was on the Northeast Regional train, so if you see him on there,
say
that
hi.
is great.
Give him a fist bump.
Foxy B is riding the Zephyr next October, thanks to you. So excited. Oh, great. I can never catch the sale for the pass. What time of year does it occur?
Oh, the rail pass?
The rail pass, yeah. It's just random, really.
It is, yeah. That's the only bad thing about the sales for Amtrak is they're extremely random. If you aren't on the guest rewards, make sure you sign up for guest rewards because they always send out the emails of sales. And sometimes they don't do like a mass announcement of them. Sometimes it's just like, hey, it's buy one, get one for, if you're riding the train in Virginia or whatever. So make sure you sign up for guest rewards because you get those emails. The second those sales are available, you'll get those. So that way, hopefully, you won't miss it.
Yeah, exactly. Joan is saying, yes, in Chicago, she should take the L. Good
Yes.
good catch, not the Metro. I was confusing
Well, we've been on a lot of
some of
metros.
them. Yeah, I just kind of name all the subway, or in Chicago, not a subway, but a race.
No,
I just kind of call them all the Metro. Metra.
Makes it easy. We don't know what we're on anymore.
In Atlanta, it's the MARTA. So,
And here in Istanbul, they have several different ones. They have the regular metro, under. Then they have the tramway, which is on the roads, and it's kind of like a trolley type thing. And then they have an underground funicular, which is really cool. We rode that yesterday. That was awesome.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Question from Hobby Artist: planning a trip. Oops, it just scrolled off my screen. To Lexington.
Oh, that's the one you answered earlier.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're asking if it'd be better to do a 4-hour flight, a 14-hour Cardinal ride, which is $660 for a roomette, or $80 for a coach. Boy, that is kind of tough. It depends on if you're just trying to get there, or if you're trying to experience the train, and what your tolerance is for overnights. We've done overnight in coach a few times, and it's definitely doable. 14 hours is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So you could probably do that. But if you're doing like a bunch of them back to back to back, then we definitely get roomettes.
Yeah.
Because it does get a lot.
Yeah, it gets tougher.
What do you recommend when you arrive in a city in the wee hours? Do you book a hotel for the prior night, or try to super early check in one day? So if we're getting, yeah, that's a good question.
Very good question.
If we get in, like, if it's going to be before 3 a.m. or so, we probably book one for the previous day. After that, if it's like 6 or 7 a.m., we book it for the day we're getting there and try to check in early. And that actually happened to us here when we got to Istanbul. Our flight got in at 5:45 a.m. Check-in for the hotel was at 2. And we actually just stayed at the airport for a few hours and had breakfast. Got a hotel over. They'll usually let you in a few hours early. And that...
The only crazy one we've ever had was where were we? In Glasgow?
Yeah.
I think, we arrived real early in the morning. We got to the hotel. We didn't have anywhere else to wait because the stations in almost all the stations in Europe are kind of outside. If you watched our 35-day European train vacation, you'll have seen this in there, that we get to the hotel and we thought, well, we'll just hang out in the lobby. And we walked in and the guy said, hey, were you guys checking in? We're like, well, it's, not till later. He ended up giving us our hotel room at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And didn't charge us extra or anything. Super nice kid, let us in, and we were happy because we could shower and take a nap.
Earl is saying, have you made a video on safety tips while traveling in Europe? I don't think we have.
We haven't, actually. Good idea.
Yeah, we have for Amtrak, but not Europe.
But not for Europe. Good idea. We'll do that.
We haven't really experienced anything that we would feel unsafe yet. I don't think.
Not really.
Probably hasn't crossed our mind. But there are definitely some things you could do to make yourself more safe.
To prepare for possibilities, yeah. Yeah, good idea.
Mary is saying she lives in Philadelphia, and you need to definitely take the subway or the Uber.
Oh, okay.
To the Phillies.
Okay.
Which, I have been to the Philly Stadium when I was young, to the old Philly Stadium. Not the new one, though, so... I need to schedule some of these trips with some of you guys because you can show me around your hometown stadium. I only have 2 stadiums to go to complete every team, and those are Minnesota and Cleveland. So
2 left to have been to all of them. I haven't been to all of them with him because some of them he was on other trips, but I have been maybe to about half of them, ish.
Yeah, she's been quite a few. Do you only get TQPs? That is hard to say.
Yeah.
Status change with travel only. I've earned from car rental bookings, but no status change. Yeah, I think it is only Amtrak.
Yes.
Because I get that too. For some reason, she gets all the points and I don't. My status never changes. I am base status. What is the best hotel near Chicago Station? Any in walking distance? Yes.
Tons.
Kevin, lots of options.
Yes,
So
we got you covered, Kevin.
there is one called the I think it's the Hyatt Place. That's one of the closest, but it's also one of the most expensive. So we usually
it'll
forego.
depend on your budget.
We usually forego that one because it's usually like way too much. A really good one. There's two pretty good ones that are cheap. The first one is the La Quinta, and it's a really nice La Quinta. I'll just say that. So definitely within walking distance. We were on the Zephyr, and we got in 12 hours late. So we got into Chicago at 3 a.m, and we were like, well, we're just gonna walk. And so we walked through downtown Chicago at 3 a.m.
With our suitcases.
It was totally fine.
No problem.
Totally fine.
We actually only encountered one person, and I think they were running into like the convenience store or something.
Yeah.
That was no big deal.
That area going to the hotels in Chicago is
not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay. Got more Philly baseball advice. This is good. What are the options to go to Las Vegas, Nevada? Yeah, the only option, unfortunately, is to get on a thruway bus.
Yes.
So you will have to ride a bus to get to Nevada. Are there any other places that you have yet to visit? What do you think about that? Places we haven't been.
Like everywhere?
Yeah, like everywhere. Where do you want to go? Japan.
Yes, Japan is high on the list. We are looking also at South Africa to do a safari, possibly ride some trains. Australia is still on the list. Antarctica is very high on the list. Yeah, there's just a lot. I know people always ask us, like, are you guys almost done? But we're really just not, because there's so many more places that we want to go to, and it's hard to fit those in with the places that we love and want to keep going back to, like when we go back to Thailand all the time. So it's hard to mix it all in with new places that we want to go to and old places that we love and want to go back to. It's tough.
LMK is saying, yes, earlier today if you were on the website earlier today, the trips did say 2013. That was a typo on my part. They should be fixed now. They should all say 2023. Yeah, those are all new trips happening. The 2 girls trips are sold out, but the Italy train trip has just been put up there today, so it is wide open. And on that page, it tells you how to contact us to get signed up.
Yeah,
for
all
that.
the information is on there. Give you all the details on what all we're doing.
If you're just joining in now, it's groundlifetravel.com/trips. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate all your kind words. Favorite rail journeys, Roger says, Golden Pass from Zurich to Geneva, Switzerland. It's a good one.
Yes, there's so many good ones in Switzerland.
Do you find that earplugs are necessary for sleeping in coach?
I would think so, yes.
Yeah, I do. I wear the big headphones.
Headphones, and I wore my Bose sleep buds. I would say yes.
Yeah,
because if you're doing it especially if you're doing it overnight, you're going to try to sleep. People are getting on and off the train, and you're going to hear them. Even if they're being quiet, you're still going to hear the commotion of people coming on and off the train. So I would definitely do that.
Doggy5 asking, Lakeshore Limited or Cardinal, more scenic?
Lakeshore Limited or Cardinal? I would say Lakeshore Limited.
Yep, I would agree.
Yes.
I mean, Lakeshore's in the name, so there are some lakes. Now, some of it you'll be asleep for, but I would say Lakeshore Limited. We've done both of those, and I think, it's definitely the Lakeshore Limited.
I think so.
Nice to see you too, Melinda. Glad you're here. Bet you have never been to Fresno, LOL. Let's see, have we been to Fresno?
You would be correct.
I think we have not. We probably went through there.
Maybe we've driven through, possibly.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
We've never actually stopped there.
If we rented a car there once, but we didn't. New Zealand, that's a good one. China, we have not been to China either.
No, just Hong Kong.
Yeah. Chris says he is from Fresno. So.
Oh.
but wait, a couple comments later, he says there's no reason to visit.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the update.
I'm glad we got that update.
Chris seems like a character. Maybe we should go see
We'll
Chris
go to
in
Fresno. Yeah, you're going to show us around Fresno. Let's see, Jill is doing the Empire for the holidays, then to DC. Tight time frame for connections. Should we just get a room booked, or is it best to wait?
Mm-hmm.
And will Amtrak book us if we're late? Yeah, I would. What we always do is we just leave an extra day. Like if it's a tight connection, we just stay the night in that city and do that, because on the Empire Builder, there's a decent chance you're going to be a couple hours late. So I don't know how tight your connection is, but if it's real tight, we just stay that night.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maurice is saying Lakeshore Limited for him too. Yeah.
We agree.
He's an expert, so.
Okay, Chris is sending mixed signals. Now he says he's in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, now we're just confused, Chris.
Looking at the rail pass next summer, but I want to maximize my trip. I'm leaving from Detroit, Michigan. Yes, that is my hometown. Detroit, Michigan. Go Lions. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Got to do it for me today. Yeah, Michigan is actually a pretty good place to do the rail pass from because you have to ride trains to Chicago anyway. You can use some of your rail passes for that.
Gotcha. Oh, Chris, I understand now what you're saying. Got it. That's what I thought might be the case. Gotcha.
Let's see.
Well, maybe we'll come to San Antonio then.
Yeah, we've been to the Riverwalk there.
Yeah.
At least I have. Broadway saying, been to, hello GLT, sitting here in San Francisco.
Ooh.
Hey, that is a city that we need to see more of.
Yes.
Heading to Europe for a month. Wow. With my hubby's 17-year anniversary, and used all your videos for inspiration and
how
tips.
fun.
Just wanted to say thanks. Oh, you're very
You're
welcome.
going to have a blast.
You are going to have a blast. We had a great time. Would love to
Yes.
know where you're going because, yeah, we had a great time in Europe. We probably tried to do too much. So I would say don't go to as many places as we did.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Much slower than us.
If you watched our video that was the 3-hour Europe trip, I don't know if you could tell, but like we can tell you on this live chat, but the very last train we were on, which was the, which one was that? It was the night jet to Venice.
Oh, yes.
We were so tired.
So tired.
Yeah, you can probably see it on our faces.
We were like droopy.
Probably the tiredest we've ever been, except for that month we rented a van and drove it all over the United States.
More tired then.
Yeah,
Yes, that was tough.
Also very tiring.
Yes.
Let's see. Packing for my first Amtrak trip next week on the Southwest Chief. Thanks for your tips. I just rewatched your packing video to make sure I have everything. Good.
Good deal.
Yeah, excellent. Have a great trip. Never caught a lie before. Based on the videos, are you two married? Yep, we are. Right there.
Yep.
We have been married
27 years.
I'm glad
We've
you-
been together for 30.
Yeah.
We started dating in college.
Yeah, we have been.
And somehow our parents, who I think are all watching us right now, I still don't understand why they would let us get married at 21 and 22, but they did.
Yeah, we got married.
So here
very
we
young.
are.
So yeah, we have we've been married well over half of our lives. When would be the best time to travel on the Empire Builder? What do you think?
Oh, the Empire Builder. Gosh, that one's a tough one. But the fall is a really good time because there's so much scenery. It's really such a beautiful, it's actually like a hidden gem of the trains. Nobody talks about the Empire Builder, but that one is really just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ride. When you get into the Columbia River Gorge, it would be amazing with the leaves changing. And then the other time when it would be beautiful is also in the winter with all the snow.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Broadway is saying they are going to Munich. Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Starting in London and then Paris.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably taking the Eurostar then. To Zurich, to Italy for 17 days, and then to Austria, and ending in Munich.
Excellent.
No night trains for us. That sounds great. Yeah, when we did ours, if you were watching the video and you wondered why some of our choices might have been made, and maybe you're like, why would they do that? And the reason was, when we went, it was February of this year, and there was still a lot of countries you couldn't get into. So we actually just booked a ticket to Barcelona, and we had no plan other than we were going to go to as many countries as we could. And once we got stopped by someone, we would just stop and then fly to Italy. And it ended up, like, as we were going, like, one country, then another country opened up. So it was, like, very last minute, very chaotic planning. And, yeah, it was a little stressful, but it was fun, and it all worked out well.
Oh, big breaking news here from Maurice. Thank you for the tip, Maurice. For everybody asking about the East Coast food service, full service dining is coming back to the silver service. There's a little problem with chef availability, he says, but it looks like it's going to be coming back soon. So yay.
You heard it here first.
Thank you, Maurice.
That's good news. Yeah,
that's awesome.
We're going to be doing that silver. I don't know which one we're going to do. One of them.
Star or Meteor. Because they're both back.
To Miami. That's awesome. Yeah. I've never had the traditional dining on the East Coast before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Driving Route 66 on May 16th to Santa Monica. How long should we leave to drive up the Pacific Coast to Emeryville? And are staying in Emeryville before catching the California Zephyr back to Chicago? That's a good question. And we've never, well, we have driven it in a van once, but we just went straight through. It depends on how many things you want to see, really. I would do a week, but
yeah.
But
that will give you time to be a little more leisurely.
There's a lot of national parks up in there. And then you got San Francisco itself, which that was what I was going to say to the person who's in San Fran is we always go to Emeryville and we never go to San Fran. And we're going to rectify that
We
soon.
shall. Yes.
Yeah.
We're spending a lot more time in California now that our daughter lives there, so we go a lot.
Let's see. Oregon guy. He is from Oregon, I think. And looking forward to it was a dead giveaway. Leaving Oregon, headed to LA via Amtrak Co-Starlight from LA, then to Palm Springs. Wow.
Ooh, fun.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Palm Springs I'm interested in going to now because that is the new home of the Seattle Kraken minor league hockey team. Yep, I'm a big hockey fan, so. Michael will be on the Builder in early May before the heavy travel season.
Excellent. Good choice.
Yeah, you won't have any trouble getting that.
It shouldn't be bad.
Observation car.
And I think somebody asked also if we would check luggage on the Zephyr. We don't usually check our bags when we're on a super liner. We usually just put them, if we're in a sleeper, we usually just put them on the luggage rack. Never had any problems with doing that before. We usually only check our bags if we're on a view liner because it's so hard to get everything into the room, and there's not a ton of extra storage other than that bin overhead. And honestly, we don't really want to pick our bags up and hoist them up there, so we just put our backpacks up there.
Yeah.
So if you're on a super liner on the Zephyr, I would definitely go ahead and check and keep your bag with you. Just put it in the luggage rack, and when you get there, you don't have to wait for the bag. You grab it, you walk out, you're out the door.
Okay, Quilting Sister says this is a redo of the question.
Okay.
They want to know how long and how far they can ride. How much can they really see on the rail pass? And you can see as much as you want. Now, the key to the rail pass is each section counts as one of your trips. So, like each named train. So we have a map of all the named trains on our website. And if you can go all the way from Chicago to Seattle using one thing, but you're going to be in coach, remember, so you have to kind of take into account what's your tolerance for being able to sleep overnight. Now we can only do one night before we
at a time,
before we get probably
When
20
we
years.
need a little bit more rest.
Maybe 20 years ago we could have done 2, 3, or 4, but right now we can only do 1. So that's kind of your limit. You can go as far as you want though on the rail pass with all of those trips. You could do the whole country twice probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. Broadway says they did splurge on the trains and got the executive class in Italy after seeing the seat tour.
Oh, wasn't that amazing? I loved the executive class. That was so much fun, and the food was amazing on that. And we were the only 2 people in it at that time, and the service was unbelievable. The guy was like, he literally force fed us.
Yeah,
he kept bringing us food. We're like, we can't fit any more in.
All right, Maurice has a fan here from Martha.
Maurice, you've got a fan. You're gonna have to start signing autographs now.
Yep. Maurice gave us a good welcome to when we went to Boston, so look for him there. Let's see. Did you talk about your 2020 plans yet? 2023 plans yet?
Like for our personal travel?
Yeah, you can tell them what we're doing.
Okay. Let's see. 2023, what are we looking at? 2023, we're starting out we'll be in Canada, and we're looking at riding, crossing borders on a couple of trains with Amtrak from Canada down, and then going, what are we taking across the Southwest? No, the Texas Eagle. We're going to ride the Texas Eagle from California all the way across. So we're going to go from one kid to the other kid. So from our daughter who lives in LA to our son who lives in Chicago, we're going to ride the Texas Eagle and see both of them. And then from there, we're going to see our parents. We're going to see our moms and dads.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mom and Dad. My mom and dad live in Tennessee. His mom and dad live in the greater Atlanta area. So we'll be seeing both of them. And we're planning on doing a cruise. And then, of course, in March, we'll be heading to Italy, and hopefully bringing some of you guys along. Don't forget, if you are interested in the trip, if you're just joining, I saw a lot of people just joined in recently. We are going to be opening up our travels to be able to travel with us. Go to our website, groundedlifetravel.com, click on trips for all the information of the one trip that we have open right now, which is the Italy trip. And you can travel with us. Then let's see, after Italy, we're gonna spend some time in New York. Rob has had a long-standing dream of living really close to a baseball field. So we're going to, don't anyone say anything about the Mets because that's my team, but we're gonna be in Queens, staying next to Citi Field where we could walk to the baseball games for a month, and then we're going to head out of the country. We haven't decided yet, but the few countries the short list is Japan, Thailand, and South Africa for now. Those are the short list. So we'll see what we end up with.
Thank you, Robert. That's very generous of you.
Robert.
Really appreciate that.
Sweet, thank you. You're awesome.
We appreciate that so much.
Hopefully our content has helped you. That's awesome. Thank you.
If you have any questions, let us know. Chelsea wants to know what we do for a living. You can tell them quickly.
What do we do for a living? Well, you're a photographer, a professional photographer. That's why we always have such nice pictures. And I basically retired from everything because I was mostly momming and homeschooling our kids. And since obviously I'm not doing that anymore now, I am writing for our blog and doing the YouTube videos. I'm the person that edits them, and I do most of the social media stuff. So if you're commenting or saying stuff on our social media accounts, you're 99.999% of the time talking to me.
Yep. So,
and yay, thank you for the person that just said, who just said go Mets. Yay.
Yeah, we're lucky that we can do our job from the road. So
yes, and then we can work together on the road.
Photography. Would you ever consider going to Egypt, specifically Cairo?
Yes, we've actually been to Egypt, but we do want to go back and we want to go to Cairo. So that's on the list. Jay Myers, thank you very much, Jay.
Thank
you are
Jay.
Awesome.
That is awesome. We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
That's awesome. Yay. So yes, we would definitely consider doing Egypt. It's a pretty interesting country and there's so much history there, so definitely worth going back for sure.
Have you booked a spot on the Canadian from Toronto, Vancouver? Yes, we have.
Yes.
We
We're all
booked it
set.
a while back, and we're excited.
Yes. Yes, and Maurice, we are going to be on the Maple Leaf in December.
Yep.
Yes, so we're going to be hopping on the Maple Leaf to Toronto, which is where we're going to be starting our
Yep.
our
That's
trip.
gonna be great.
Yeah, we got a lot of really cool stuff
We're
coming
gonna
up.
be in New York, go on the Maple Leaf, and then over to the west of Toronto. Yeah, Adam, we agree with you. It would be nice to take a train to Atlanta. That's where we're from. I don't know if people know that, but and our son lives in Chicago, so
Yeah.
we would love a train from Atlanta to Chicago. But
Yes.
currently, we have to go to DC and then to Chicago. It's okay, but it would be better to do that directly.
Vietnam is on our list. Malaysia, we have spent an extensive amount of time in. We actually did 3 months of lockdown there, and then actually we were just there recently off of a cruise from Singapore. We went to Malaysia, but we do love Malaysia. It actually has a little special spot in our heart. And Vietnam is on our list. Actually, that one got ex-nayed via world events in 2020, but it is also actually on the list for later this year or next year.
Malaysia was like, went for a week, stayed for 3 months because that's what happened.
You make the best of it, right?
Malaysia was a good place to be during
it was our shutdown time, lockdown, or
March, April, May, June of 2020.
Yeah.
We did a lot of we watched a lot of TV in Malaysia.
Yeah.
No trains.
So I guess are we gonna do any more? Are we almost done?
Well, I hadn't scrolled. There's a lot.
Oh,
we'll try to get through
He's
some
gonna
of these
speed
real
through
quickly.
these real quick before we hop off. Because as we mentioned, we are in Istanbul, and it is now, what time is it? Almost 10 o'clock.
But our bodies, it's 3 a.m.
But we're also adjusting to time change, so we're getting a little bit pooped. But no, let's go
I'm
through
gonna
these
try
questions.
to rip through these as quick as I can. I'm sorry if I missed one. Let's see. Have you guys ridden the San Joaquin's Amtrak through the Central Valley? No, we haven't.
No, that's one we haven't done yet.
2023 is going to be epic.
It is.
Let's see. Do you collect souvenirs on your travels?
We do not. Mostly just the pictures are our souvenirs, and actually the videos that we make on YouTube is souvenirs for us, because then we can remember what we did. We watch our own videos sometimes and just remember the trip and enjoy it for ourselves. So that's basically our souvenirs, because we have nowhere to put it.
And just want to say thanks to everyone saying they appreciate the videos.
Thank you.
Let's see. Where does your fascination with trains stem from? I just always wanted to do it, and I don't know that Allie had a fascination growing up with it, but once she started doing it, then she really loved it too, right?
Yeah, see, I grew up in Florida, and it's not really a train place per se, so I didn't really grow up with any kind of interest per se in trains, one way or the other, but once we started riding them, it was a lot of fun.
What happens if you're on the road and you get called for jury duty? I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. Hopefully it doesn't.
Actually, didn't it? Oh, it happened once, didn't it? Or no?
No. It was our son.
It hasn't happened. Oh, that was our son. We were talking our kids through.
Hasn't happened.
Hasn't happened yet, but
hopefully it won't.
We have friends who are in the same situation. They travel full time, and they have been called actually twice in like 2 years for jury duty, and they've been able to just explain that they're not in the country. So hopefully we can do the same thing.
What's your favorite Amtrak route?
That would be the California Zephyr, followed by the Coast Starlight, real close.
And then thank you, Digit Man Ken. You two are awesome. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to probably wrap it up there because it is very much past our bedtime here.
It's real close to the end.
So we thank you all for watching this first live in a very long time. And hopefully we'll be able to do more soon now that we haven't been able to do them because we've been in Thailand.
Because of the time change, it was going to be too hard.
So maybe, I don't know, we'll see how good the internet is on the cruise.
I don't think so.
Probably not that good.
Probably the next time we see you will be in Canada. Jeanette, thank you for
thank
the
you.
money. Thank you so much. That was super sweet. It was so nice to see everybody. Well, not see, but see. To chat with you guys. Thank you, Maurice, for hopping on. You were awesome, guys. If you run into Maurice in the Northeast Corridor, say hi. And hopefully we're going to run into you guys pretty soon. So stay tuned. Lots more good stuff coming up. But we'll catch you guys the next time. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.